Okay, so today I get to go finally from fasting to feasting because I was holding back. You might notice I have 525 gems. I was holding back because I always want to be able to buy the event card. And so wait, why is this? Why is this showing me here? Because last week's card wasn't this. Don't they normally give you the one at the last second that you could buy again? Why is it showing me like that? 102 superpowers. That's actually not a bad one. Maybe I'll buy it. But yeah, basically the point is I was saving up to 400 and treating 400 like it's zero. And then with the excess, I can buy packs. So like I would buy a pack now because I have 500. But I'm confused. Is this... Or no, it's maybe not giving me the last chance. And this is just the one for the week. So I said that my criteria is I want a high cost zombie card. But the fact is, even 4 is pretty high cost. I actually kind of like this one. I would really wish I had gotten Bad Moon Rising, but it just wasn't the time. Oh yeah, I reached Gold League for the first time, so clearly that means I'm good. Even though, like, as we get these legendaries and better cards, just by sheer dumb luck, it's going to seem like less and less impressive, but still, I think that's reasonable. What does it mean, though, badge and pinata? Like, does that mean I get, like, a card back or something I can use as a... I don't know what that does. Like, the other thing. But yeah, we don't even have to... We don't even have to spend our gems to open packs then. We haven't opened one in a while. Like 3 or 4 episodes because I've just been holding back. That's a good sort of absolutist way to guarantee. Anytime something comes up, I can always get one of them. You two, we even just got this in our garden today and I was so shocked because it was the second one. Is that what they're even called there though? Shroom. 2 mana, 2/2, nothing too exciting there. This guy I kind of like, but... Oh, we got a lawnmower. Oh, wow. We got a lot of good shit. Oh, I love this guy. I love this guy. He's the one who does damage whenever you walnuts take damage. I was even saying how cool it would be if we got him. Okay, pain in the deck. Good one. This game is actually a gold mine for puns. Plants here get double strike. That one's okay, but among all the environments, I don't really care. Is that 4-cost one that I really want. The one that makes your plants invincible, just period. Fire pea shooter is kind of a weird thing. 2 mana 3/2. Who needs torchwood when you have those? 2 mana 2/2, +2/+2 when you're healed. I'm not a big fan of healing in general. Plants here get -1/-1. Not really that exciting, although it looks very cool. Most of these we have. Destroy a random plant. Now this can be really good if if they only have like one big thing out there. So there are legitimate uses for that. It's just... Zombies played here are gravestones. When the zombies reveal from a gravestone, he gets +1. That's not bad for a 1 cost, but environments are kind of weird. The way that you didn't get anything great. I'm happy with the disco guy. Freeze a zombie when played. That's okay, I guess. Destroy a zombie on the ground. Or like, this is a great piece of removal, though. It's better than a lot of the removal we have. Because, yeah, most of the time, the ground is going to be good enough. Mirror Nut is just the best thing you got. And this is... I've seen this guy a lot, actually. Frenzy gets +2/+2 when it destroys a plant. It's alright, I guess. Or even this one I like, because of the conjuration thing. When your nuts get hurt, deal 2 damage to the zombie hero. I wish I had that power in real life. Team up. You can fit 2 plants here. So you can actually build a deck around that because we've seen that as almost a win condition for people. Gain a Yeti lunchbox. Bounce this Yeti. This one's kind of weird. It's sort of good infinite value, but... Look how close we're getting to actually filling up a full base deck. Because clearly that'll be like Legend Caliber. Rank 50 Caliber if you just use that 1-star easy peasy thing. People meme the description of Mirror Nut to death. I'm sure they do. Oh, now I even get a bonus there. Because that would take me the whole episode just to get to rank 5. Reach high leagues for the best pinatas. Ultimate is Green Shadow, fittingly. They kind of make fun of the zombies a bit with all these ranking systems. Like if you look at all the portraits for these, every single one is a plant except for this one, the chicken. So they kind of trash them. And even here, a sunflower is better than a cone head, and the Green Shadow is better than that. They kind of just neglect them a lot. So that's what that means, I guess, is you start there. We don't even have to play any games today, but we have trouble doing this daily quest even in like 2 weeks. You know, that was our best attempt to try to do it last time. In getting from rank 15 to 20, I didn't even still get that. Win a game with the Guardian Plant Hero, deal 20, a Solar Flare. And so the event card here actually does make me almost want to get it, but maybe that's the temptation. I can't hang on to it for any amount of time. Mixed up Gravedigger. What does this even mean? Like, it features that. That doesn't mean you get the card. Right? That has nothing to do with it. Just means you get to play it, I guess. Solar Flare is better than Green Shadow once you get... Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's just I've had a very good experience with Green Shadow. Yeah, this is a zombie card, and it is reasonably high cost because I was even sort of bummed out by that. In a way, it's kind of a good thing because then I don't want to get too many event cards anyway. But the highest cost event cards are just like 5 or 6 or something. I wanted one that's like 7 to 10. Highest cost is 4, 5, 6, 6. And then here it's like 6. Yeah, any of the Gargantuars I would get. 7 is Bad Moon Rising. Rub it in my face some more. Tempo is how you beat low ladder players. Yeah, usually. Aggro of some kind too. Or just like decent value, like that stuff that actually sticks around, which most of these cards at the beginning were not that. Cards that generate more cards. I could buy a pack. Wait, but why was it showing 500 then? I'm so confused by what it showed me here. It's 500, but this isn't the last second one that normally costs 500. That's like last week's. They didn't even show me that at all for some reason. Right, whatever it was. It was like the 1-2 imp or something stupid. Sports decks are good in the low level. Yeah, I don't think I have quite enough cards to really make that. But I think I have more for the pet synergy if I wanted to make the pet one. Sports mascot is really good. So yeah, I'm considering actually getting that. I don't know. It is a good card. Like 2 superpowers just on demand like that is good. Damn, now I'm tempted. As soon as I get to that threshold, now I'm going to ruin it. It's not like I'll farm up again. This will be like the only event card that I'm going to get. Or obviously it's a zombie one. Yeah, I do have 4 of those. At the start of turn, all zombies get +1/+1. Yeah, how many sports cards do I actually have? I have... Oh yeah, that guy's really good. The Surfboarder. These guys are okay. This guy gives you some mana back. That one's kind of trash. I guess I do have enough to theoretically make a deck. What was the thing I was even saying? I wanted to make something last time that I said I would do here. And now I can't remember what it was. There's a lot of decks. Like, I'll build one around the disco ball guy. And what else? Obviously, we were sort of doing anti-hero for Solar Flare just because I kind of had to. Oddfather. Oh, yeah, I wanted to do like a repeat Moss type of thing. Where like I actually used tricks for once. Yeah, let's actually abandon the decks I was using and I'll just make a whole bunch of these. I have Sports Coach too. Which one is the coach? Oh, this guy. When played, all sports zombies can be hurt this turn. I just feel like I don't have quite enough to make it really good, but it's not bad. Always fun to play for archetypes when you don't really have the freedom to build it that way, or when you don't have. He's good with the chicken. I do love the chicken just for its raw value. Just a 1 mana 2/2. So yeah, let's actually make some stuff. Let's see. This is make it totally fresh, actually. The green shadows can be built around, let's say, because wait, who? I can't remember who can actually use repeat Moss. I can't remember if the other 2 can. I can never remember like the archetypes and all that. So she can't use repeat Moss at all. And then I don't think the other guy can either. I think only Green Shadow can. All the cool cards. Or he's good with mascot. Or like presumably I would have him in there if I could use it, so. Yeah, even though Dark Matter Dragon Fruit will obviously be in here. It's only good with Captain Combustible. But I'm still gonna try. Like, let's see what tricks we actually have. Let's just do all tricks, because I've neglected them a lot. I'll just do it for the sake of that. Move a zombie, conjure a banana, because he has 2 superpowers that buff him. I see. Move a zombie, conjure a banana. and you can just do that. But see, isn't that kind of good with it though? Because you could just spam these, I bet. You keep conjuring. No, but I guess the banana is different than the peel, or I don't know what it does. I think it might just buff them. Freeze the zombie, so like a lot of these aren't going to be too good, or even that guy makes sense with this too. We'll do every single trick that we actually have access to here, which is not really that many, but... And he just obviously mentions tricks. So that's not actually that good, but whatever. We'll still have all our other stuff. We made that little bean meme deck there that was just like, he's going to be our finisher. And I don't think I even got to play him like once. Now we have to be a little bit selective. And appeal is actually used with repeat monsters. Yeah, that makes sense actually, right? Half banana. I don't even know what a banana is though itself. I usually use this guy, but I don't know if I should. Maybe we can simplify it a bit. This is always good. This is good for the conjuration effect, so we should do at least 2 of those. This thing actually seems pretty good. 2 mana, 3/2. It's just kind of weirdly statted, and it sort of just makes the Torchwood look bad. Move a zombie to this lane. I don't know if that's really too good. Do 2 of those. This guy looks kind of cool. Literally. 2 of those. 1 of these. Not a big fan of the repeaters, but it kind of makes sense just given the buffs. There could be some value to it. The Podfather is kind of trash unless you really build around it. Bounce another plant, doesn't really matter. If you play a P, that P gets +2/+2. Like, it's in keeping with the nature of the buffs, but I don't think it'll be that good. Like, even these you might question like why I'm even doing, but... Or you know what, we kind of feel inclined to do 2 of those. We can finally move on from stupid cards like this because we just have other options, right? We were holding on to that all the time just because of it's what do you call it? 4 mana 5/2. 4 mana, it'd be a 3/4. This guy's not really even good, but maybe I'll get rid of 1 of these. So this one's kind of a weird deck, but we may as well just try it. So the idea behind this one is obviously the repeat moss. Or I'll even do that. I'm just doing it so I can say that quote and actually have some value in it. A disgusting act. And then we'll do... for this guy, we can do the walnut thing. Or whatever, the disco ball. Make a new one. The best bananas to get from it is either banana peel, banana launcher, Brainana, or banana bomb. That deck looks good, thanks. So I don't know if I even like the mines too much. The fact that it has team up is okay though. Let me think. But basically you obviously want to make this all about the nuts. Maybe there's some I normally don't use that I could instead. I guess I don't really have enough of them at all though. This to me is like a legendary though. I just love the whole idea behind it. It's so annoying to deal with. And it's such a funny way to win. I don't really like having sunflowers in this, though. I don't feel like I need it because most of my stuff is too low cost. Destroy Gravestone is okay. I feel like this is almost the kind of deck where I'd have issue, like I'll run out of cards, though. Because you're kind of going to drag the game out for such a long period of time. This one is good. Oh, how is that new, though? I thought I had that. Now, the water chestnut won't... Wait... Craft a water chestnut. Wait, what? No, I didn't mean to do it. Did I? Wait, what? Did I accidentally craft it and I didn't even... What the hell happened? Primal Mine. What's going on with my thing, too? My other screen is bugging out. Mine is okay. Primal is objectively better. What the hell just happened? Did I break my whole format by accidentally... How did I even do that? And why do you even have 5 of them? You can only have 4 of each, can't you? I don't know what the hell is going on. Whatever, it doesn't matter because I already had those. But wait, why doesn't that show up when I look up nuts? It doesn't have nut in the name, but it still counts as a nut. 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I think I had. How do I don't even get what happened. here, recycle it just to be sure that we didn't accidentally craft it. Or like, I guess I could do that for, yeah, my touchscreen bugged out because I'm not even using one. I think, whatever. Okay, we'll do these. This is good just for the conjuration effect. This thing I think is kind of garbage. -1, -2 instead. There's like a better version of the same thing, but 2 mana, 2/2, don't really care. I really don't like the sunflowers in this. This is a pretty decent card, and then you just go full removal mode. Something's bugged out. Why are these showing up as new when they're clearly not? I've been using this forever. Huh. They must have done some update or whatever, caused something to reset. This thing is okay because of the healing. This is good removal. This is going to be our top end thing. And I'm assuming I just misclicked it, so I won't worry about it too much. Or even as much as I'm bashing the sunflowers. This is pretty good. Maybe I don't need the healing, so I kind of like that. This is going to be the disco thing. And then we'll try something a solar flare. I'll have to actually watch that back to see what the hell happened. Now you can't even see chat. Hang on. What is going on? It feels like my game's bugging out. My other screen is bugging out. Everything's just bugged. I honestly can't even see it. Uncraft 1. It can stack. Add some stick through. Strike through. No, it gives you one if you get one from a pack. Huh. Like, I even got that achievement for it that was like... I just want to make sure I'm not breaking my format. But I'm pretty sure I had 4 of those anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like, what did it just say? Oh, it won't even tell me now what it was. Yeah, any of those hero objectives that require you to craft stuff, that I haven't done either. Let's make the solar flare thing. Make one fresh. I don't know what really we could build here that would be different. We did the little repeat moss thing. We did the... But maybe this one is pretty much unchanged because that's garbage. That's not really too exciting. Yeah, I'll actually just stick with the solar flare thing I was using. And then for zombies, I could totally get this event card, but I don't know whether... It might be one of the best ones that I would want. No, I kind of want a Gargantua, though. This would be amazing. This is a perfect example of a card that would just roll people over at this low level because it's just way too much value. They could destroy one, then they're just done for. They're not going to be able to keep dealing with it every turn. I don't think I've really seen it that much, though, considering how amazing it is. I guess I don't really have too many. Like, let's see what is even new here. One of those. I don't really feel like we got anything too interesting here. We'll mainly try to make those other 2 last. Yeah, maybe I'll leave this for now. I'll focus on the plants today. We shouldn't even get to the zombies because we'll do so well there. Or he got 9 cards. Some of these obviously are upgrades, but I guess I won't even bother with them. Gain a Yeti lunchbox is okay. I do like this effect because it can just throw off your opponent. You know, it's very hard to play around that or expect it. Or I was thinking I should commit to the sports thing. We could make one where we just do that only. Maybe sports, maybe pets. Like, these are the best archetypes we're going to have, which is not really that good, but, you know, you have enough to at least pretend like you're doing something. The best one is probably the surfboard guy. Like, would that really be enough just with 12 cards? Or we could do both together in some sort of nonsensical attempt at combining synergies, but this one doesn't even matter. At high levels, most games end on turn 6. That sounds like Marvel Snap. So an 8 cost card is too expensive. Dragon is an exception because it's a shit ton of value. But you don't run too much of it. I feel like in certain matchups, though, that octopus guy is really going to be really good because it's just... If you can get the game to that point, then that's like one of the best control cards in the game because they can't do anything about it. Like, what would counter its ability to still keep coming back? Maybe the zucchini guy because it'll... Yeah, it can be good if it gets there. There's no, like, silence in this game, like, that negates effects of stuff, right? The only one I can think of is the zucchini that'll turn it into a 1/1. And if it does that, then you won't get another one, I think. So we'll do 4 of these. Or just like do all the sports one. Or, why is that even a pet? It's a Yeti. It's supposed to be some unknown mysterious thing that you wouldn't even know existed. Am I gonna actually invalidate my whole run by using that 4th water chestnut? I'm gonna actually go back. Hang on. I'll go back in the VOD and actually look at that before I play. I just want to know what the hell happened. The zombie gets +1/+1. That's okay, but that's kind of like a boring card. I don't know. All zombies get +2. We could do maybe... I don't know. These buffs are kind of underwhelming. This one's good because all... Yeah, what would you rather pay? 1 for 1 zombie 1/1 or 2 for every zombie 1/1? So we'll have to do a couple of these. 1, 2... So I'm abandoning the whole armor thing. It almost feels bad to... Oh yeah, that's the other one I was talking about. Give up all this armor stuff. Imp monster. I've arrived, however, I will need to go very soon. Hey, stars. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't gotten a single legendary as a zombie, so I guess that's one thing that feels a little bit underwhelming. Dancing imp. This is good just period, I guess. So this maybe seems a little bit disjointed. I don't have enough tricks and other stuff, but I guess I'll go with it. Okay, so I'm actually going to check that for a second. Then we'll play with... I usually give Green Shadow the honors just because he's been so good to me, but I guess it doesn't matter. I almost want to try that disco ball thing. I almost thought it was a legendary. Rust Bolt is better than Smash. Wish you chose him. Oh yeah, I think people were telling me to take Smash though too. But I think I chose pretty much along with what, you know, I kind of went with my instinct, but that's what people were saying after too. Everybody was nuts for Solar Flare. Everybody seemed to... I can't really remember actually with Smash. Were you saying... I don't know if you were there then. Actually, that was the very first episode. Because fuck past me. That was pretty early on. But definitely, all I remember is Solar Flare was burned into my brain. Like, everybody's like, make sure you get Solar Flare. Because they're thinking of the meta and the long-term stuff, which I understand, but... Where the heck was it? Okay, let's watch this epic moment. We have 4 water chestnuts at the beginning. We already have them. Proof positive. I guess you can't see it. Craft a water chestnut, but I didn't. I didn't craft it. Like when the game tries to make you fail. And the fact that I had 5 kind of proves it, I guess. Right? Because why would you ever have 5? Ultra budget Rust Bolt is really good. I guess this would be the category that we're in, is ultra budget. Rain Freeze Rust Bolt here. Hail to the king, good sport. I mean, I guess it's not really up to me. Unless I get it in a pack, which I haven't gotten a single hero yet. So we've been stuck with the starting 3 for this long. Or we could save up the gems and buy it. Like, I'll save up to 750, right? Then you can buy just the heroes outright. Can you do that, like, at any time with any of them? Or does it have to be specifically, like, on the shop for something? Legendary pack. Oh, maybe I should do that. See all this flexibility that this stuff gives me when I could save for the event card. Unironically, like, why wouldn't I do that? I get a legendary. Because you have to lurch for lunch, which makes the zombie do a bonus attack for 2 and it's a common. Damn, there's so many temptations now. Like the 7 deadly sins. Should I buy the event card? Should I buy this? Should I buy a hero? There's so many choices and I can't decide. If I was going to do it, it would have to be this obviously this episode. Would I rather get the 4 cost thing that gives you 2 superpowers? Would I rather get this? Would I rather just save it? Because whatever the legendary is going to be, you should buy a hero probably. I kind of want to, but because I'm never going to get them otherwise. Yeah, it is kind of annoying. I'll do this just because the legendary is kind of cool. Like, how often do we see that come up? But now I'll have to save up. I'm not crafting anyway. I'll have to save up again, though. Maybe that wasn't the best choice, but honestly, I don't care what the legendary even is because it's just... Oh, wow. What the fuck is going on, dude? We get 2 of my best buddy here. And that makes it feel very worth it. Imagine doing that. I have 4 total legendaries, and 2 of them are the same guy. And arguably one of the best cards in the game, and obviously one of my personal favorite cards, mainly because of the untrickable thing. The 6+, deal 3 damage to a zombie here. When environment is played, this gets +1/+1. When a plant or your heroes heal. That's bizarre no matter which one it was, right? To get 2 of the same ones. So now we'll have to change our deck again. Let's see. This one I don't care too much about, although it is good value. When played in environment, gets +1/+1. Okay, let me look through those again. So that saving up pays off. But now, guess what? I'll save up again because I don't know if I have the patience to really do that. So we ended up not doing it for an event card after all. But I guess it pays off. It's hard to judge the quality of that decision when we get something so obviously good. If it had been something else, you might say, oh, you know, it was a waste of 500. But not really, because the legendary is pretty special no matter what. So we get that, and then only other thing is the coffee bean thing, which I don't really think I care too much about. Double strike. What could I get rid of? Now, this was a trick-based deck, so for whatever it's worth, pretty much my only one ever that I've done. Whatever I get rid of is going to have to be... we don't need these stupid ramp ones, because I don't have... Oh, no, I do have the Conjuration one. We now have an OP deck. Yeah, I mean, it is very good. Let's see. I guess I could get rid of one of these. I kind of don't want to, though. See, what else did we get here? I didn't even change this at all, so let's look at what we got. This is to do with the environments, which I do technically have 2 of those. This thing is pretty good. Just 4 mana, 3/4. Good effect. But you kind of have to build around it a bit more. I don't have that much healing to begin with. It's just so well statted. It's kind of hard to argue with it. Or not really so well, but I don't really have enough healing to make that super good, though. And this, we could probably play into the environment with it, but I mean, it's a 1 mana 2 too, so I don't know why I would even think about it. Did you get any zombie legendaries? Yeah, all of them are plants. I have 2 of the dark matter dragon fruit. I have 1 of that 1/3 dinosaur thing. I always forget his name. And then I have 1 of the 3/2 that gets +1/+1 whenever they play a trick. Is it when they play a trick or when you play a trick? Well, either way. Yeah, here's the dinosaur. Imagine if I could use them all together in the same deck, too. That guy's pretty good value. I don't know what I would get rid of here, really. This tends to not be such good value anymore, but I just like him. We have the other... You know what we could actually build this into a little more is just build it around the environments overall. Because, you know, you have the pair synergy with that. You have the Cosmos synergy with that. So that's almost what it's starting to look like. Even as weird as that seems. So I should put the other pair in there, I guess. This card I'm not a big fan of, but... Maybe I'll get rid of that, but that's kind of my only top-end stuff that we're going to have. And so... Within reason, you should probably put the other... Or even this is good, too. But I guess for just 1 more cost, that's fine. Muscle Sprout. What is that? Little buddy. I don't even know why I have that. No, he's Mega Grout. The legendary. Oh, okay. Is that what he's called? Oh, why wouldn't it show up that? Muscle Sprout, yeah, +1/+1 when you... Oh, when you play a plant. My bad. I'm using the effect 20 times over. Okay, that's good. What else did we get here? He's mid. Yeah, he's good value because he'll suck up some removal from them, surely, but not really too exciting. This is always just good value because of the sheer... Do I even have an environment here, though? Yeah, I do have at least one. 1 mana, 2/2, so how can I possibly argue with it? The mine I almost don't even care about. But I do like the team up. But I don't really need team up because it's just... Artichoke is okay. I could make some sort of annoying thing like that. Where it's like the environment heal. Yeah, there was some sort of infinite loop with that too. Whenever you get healed, it does damage. Whenever you do damage, it gets healed. And somehow it ended... We had some way to stop it from going on forever. But otherwise, it seems like it would have. Yeah, there is really no healing in this at all. Yeah, now our collection is starting to look up. That was such a random sort of serendipitous moment where I wasn't expecting that to be out there. But that's the benefit of just one of the trash can guy. Yeah, the zombies are getting cucked all the way. We get a legendary, we get all this cool stuff, the 1 mana 2/2 for the plants, and we get nothing. We get a little dumpster tier garbage bin guy, who I like his effect too, but they're getting just clowned on. You're liking PvZ heroes, you're liking PvZ mod. Yeah, unfortunately, but this does create such a good storyline just because this is what makes the no crafting thing so special. Because otherwise, it's like, oh, of course, you could just craft 2 dark matter dragon fruit, even though that would be expensive to do. It's just very unlikely that you would get it here. Let's go ahead and do... We'll keep those 2, I guess. Now, it's going to be very likely that we get... Can I afford to wait that long, though? I feel like the repeater is not even going to be that good here, but... You could buff somebody. Well, that would have made it actually good. The goal of this deck is to do a repeat moss combo that kills them, but it's not going to really be that good. This is like the first time committing the tricks. Now that's a good problem to have, having 2 of those, but maybe not the best time still to get them. Is there some sort of rule where you can only have 1 legendary of each kind out at a time, like Magic the Gathering? I feel like it doesn't say that anywhere, though. Or I'm sure I've seen multiple of the same one, but it's pretty uncommon that people would even play like that. Yeah, we're going to end up getting 4 of them. Just 4 of the same one. And I think the reason why I like it is still different than other people because it's that whole trick effect that matters more to me. I don't even care about the rest of it, but I do like amphibious and stuff too. All sport zombies get +1/+1. We could try to buff this, or I could try to... I mean, you should try to trade into that, but he's going to do it. He's going to trade in pretty favorably, or I guess not yet. He's got sports. He's only rank 4, though. I literally started the season at a higher rank than him because... Whatever, I got to gold, so that means he didn't get to gold last month. We could do this, but I won't be able to buff anything. Let's do this guy, and then... You'd buff this guy a little bit further, or rather, it's probably worth it to do this. Just because we have the extra mana to blow. My memory is so bad. Yeah, I totally forgot what this guy did. I knew he got a buff of some kind when something happened. He is actually getting some value despite my insistence that, oh, they'll just get removed right away. Anything can look good if they don't have removal, right? Because the effect can just get out of hand. That didn't even do anything. That's why you don't get to gold every month. I don't understand how this game is as popular as what it seems, though. Just like there's always somebody to queue up. It's like late at night. I guess, you know, people are in different time zones and stuff, but... Could I play 2 tricks? Of course not. But, you know... I guess what you could do is... When you play a trick, it'll do a bonus attack. that means you'll hit this and then you'll be able to finish it off without dying. This is a disgusting act by Repeat Mosh. I just guarantee nobody's ever made that joke from this game. This 10-5 is sticking around pretty hardcore. He's trying to prove his worth. All it would have taken is like a simple 2 damage removal card to do that, though. It'll still trade in. So this guy's made a lot of bad plays here that are just like, you know, they don't actually accomplish anything. Yeah, even as many times as I've gotten Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, I haven't actually gotten to play him that much. So we should probably just do this. Or we could cheat death again by playing that. Because that would mean... no, but we'll get a pretty good chunk to the face. Or no, we could do this in the ice and just not even worry about it. And it still wouldn't die even if he bypassed that. Yeah, that's one mechanic that's interestingly omitted from this game. There is 0 silences in this game that I can think of. Which just means like negating the effect of other minions. Whether it be negating their armor or negating their whatever sort of card text. Which is not even necessarily a bad thing, but it's just interesting that they wouldn't do that. There isn't. In a way, I kind of like that, actually, because... I guess it depends, but... it forces you to actually have to deal with stuff. So you either have to remove it or you just can't do anything. This could be good later if we buff it. 12-4, so I mean, we're making this guy look a little bit better than what he actually is. But it shows you the ramp that you can get out of hand very easily. See, now, this is the point in the game where it's totally bullshit for him. It's not about who's better. It's about, like, there's no way that he can deal with both of these. He can't even deal with this. Now it's just, like, insult to injury. There's just nothing you can do. The only downside of the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit is the fact that it doesn't hit face. That's what would make it truly OP. Like the 3-peater. Like, the extra 6 damage from each of these lanes would do 12 to him as well. So even that he can't trade in. I mean, Legend Caliber pay to win try hard is what I look like now. At Bronze rank 5, the complaint I always make. This came together in at least a decent amount of time. This almost feels like BM, but it is what it is. Yeah, he won't even let me have my satisfaction. At least I have proof that my whole collection is so organic. Yeah, we'll totally farm up 1,200 gems for that, too. I'm glad I didn't buy that, too. I was even thinking about it. Now there's a temptation to save up 400 gems again, but I don't know if I have the patience to do it. It certainly paid off. In fact, there would have been a chance that even if I had 400, I wouldn't have been able to get up to 500. So the excess that I had came into play, too. Let's try to get to rank 10, at least. Three, don't really want these though anyway. Damn, we're getting sort of bad starting hands. But yeah, we're getting a top heavy deck. Okay, that's at least fine. Kind of hard to get value from that, though. The only thing that really gives you value is the ramp guy, whatever, the cabbage fault. On one hand, I'm bad at remembering names and stuff, but on the other hand, I just make up my own names for them sometimes. The dumbest of which is probably calling the garlic the onion, or the onion the garlic. Now I've forgotten even what is what. I think it's actually the garlic. Because they would always tear up, but it's because they're tearing up from the bad smell, not from the fact that it's an onion. The one that makes them run away in the original PvZ. Like, who would be using a deck better than this at rank 4 or 3? But the problem is you can get matched up against anybody of any rank. It doesn't even matter. Right, like sometimes I'm playing gold rank 20s or 30s or whatever. That's a very dangerous start that he's got. We could still simply trade in. +1/+1 when any kind of goat is hurt. When played, the zombie copies the attack and health of another zombie. Yeah, that wasn't too big of a deal, but we're actually suffering a little bit from our curve being maybe too high, or we're just getting unlucky and not getting high-cost cards. Or, I mean, low-cost cards. So they might actually have a chance to rush me down, but now our condition here is if we can survive till the late game, there's pretty much a 0% chance that we'll actually lose, because they just won't be able to deal with all of our big stuff. So even having 2 8-mana 6/6s without the effects, surprisingly, that would be decent too. I mean, if it was just like an 8-mana 8/8, right, it would still have value, because that's what I always complain about, is just I don't have enough big stuff. So if it gets to that point, I'm just screwed. Which this game is weird in that way. It doesn't have a lot of big stuff, period. There's very few cards over 7 or 8, and most of them are legendary. This we can just get rid of. +1/+1, it'll come back to life as a 1/1 because it'll get hurt. If it some games work like that too. The interaction would happen at the same time, so the buff would actually save it. Other than that, we can try to put down the repeater. I think repeat monster is just a little bit too expensive to be good value. Freeze the zombie. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea, just to trade in for free. I am getting a little bit low though, so all I have to do is survive this part. Very nice hand, but I don't have enough to actually do anything about this. In fact, it's very hard to deal with the amphibious stuff. I might have to put the dark matter dragon fruit in there actually to try to deal with it. I should summon 2 things here, but I obviously can't. This could get bad. Let's do this and actually buff him. And so we won't take that much, or at least I won't die. His hand is sort of dried out, but the problem is I don't have any healing, so this could become very difficult. If that 2/2 dies, then I could be setting up to play the 3-peater there to kill the thing in the water, but I won't be able to kill it because, damn it, that thing is actually going to single-handedly kill me. Even with all this stuff. Now I have to stop complaining about, oh, my decks aren't good enough as much anymore, but it's at least mid at this point. Like, you should be getting to rank 20-ish, which I already did, but for every dark matter dragon fruit, it's another 10 ranks of expectation. Like, so if I get another one, I can get to rank 30, then 40. Yeah, why does it even let you have 5 of the same card if you can't even use them? Okay, that's kind of a lifesaver a little bit, but I'm still gonna die. Fuck. You'd put that to block, but then he'd still kill me here. I put this here, it doesn't actually do anything. I'm not gonna be able to kill him, obviously. Maybe we'll draw something of value. Yeah, most of this stuff was sort of just curve cancer. Like where I wasn't able to... Or we'll still get in maybe the block vicinity. Most of my misplays are based around that. Either I think I have the kill, but I don't. Or I think they have the kill, but they don't. That's a random zombie. Hopefully it bounces the 5/5. Okay. You get a little bit lucky even there. We're just not destined to lose. But it would be very easy, I think, for them to kill me now. It's almost like I blocked the block meter out of my head because of how much I hate it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I played him in a couple episodes. Actually, maybe because it's been so late, nobody's actually on that. There's no way to actually survive this, or there actually is too. You can just summon a couple things here. Problem is, they're not going to be very... Well, he won't be able to kill that either. You'd have to give something frenzy or otherwise. Come on, don't let Green Shadow end like this when we have such a sexy thing at our disposal. If we can just get the Dark Matter Dragon Fruits out there, we should be fine, but we might not. It would only take 1 damage in some lane I can't deal with. Yeah, like that. Yeah, we can play one after this, sure. Damn it. You can only get carried by that shit so far. I want to see the game where you get to play 2 at once. We go from barely being able to play him 1 time in a game to now being able to play him twice. So we'll move on to Solar Flare. Or no, let's actually move on to the Disco Ball thing. Also, oh, he must also have gotten the gold, so you just automatically start there. I guess I never understood the meaning of those badges before this. That must be all it means. Oh, sure, I can switch. Hopefully it doesn't bug out. Fox is like the most hardcore player of this game because he's always the highest rank. Or he's almost always rank 50. Which even in games that I played for years, I still don't really value always doing that every month. Like, I'll get kind of bored of it. But like, there's sort of a 1 legend per expansion rule. Like, you should try to get to the max rank once per every set, which is like usually every 4 months in Magic or in Hearthstone or whatever. But doing it every month is going to be kind of like the same thing, right? They'll nerf a couple things, but unfriend me and refriend me. Okay. How do you even unfriend? Actually, I don't even know how you do that. Versus... Or, oh, is it just like right clicking? Or maybe he did it at the same time. Placebo effect makes it seem like that. Or yeah, see, that's even proof that he got... Oh, that's all it's supposed to do. Is it's supposed to show what you did last season. The only person who got legend rank, ultimate rank last season was him. Yeah, that chicken is the only representation that the zombies get in terms of the ranking system. They have so many pictures to choose from too, and they show some of the worst ones, like that 1-2 bullseye guy is ranked 20 gold. Should be something a little more intimidating than that. Restart, okay. Always does this. It's almost like the game is subliminally rewarding me for my sacrifice by going in with such a sense of honor that, oh, you know, I'm not even going to craft anything. I'm still going to be free to play. All these kind of restrictions, and then it rewards me with all this shit. I mean, the fact that we got a legendary from that wasn't a big deal, because obviously it's guaranteed, but... We'll go here, try the smash. Yeah, this has like the lowest success rate, almost as bad as my win percentage probably. Just like 5% of the time it'll work. Maybe he should send it to me. Yeah, this turned from like intending to be a permadeath series too on top of that, but there's no way to really do that. Like, still, once I get every single hero, then maybe I'll say that, but the game could be offline by then because it'll take me goddamn forever, it seems like. I'm surprised actually. I had like unfriend me again, then restart. Okay, fine. Or unfriend me, but I'll clear that, sure. Can't believe I played another mobile game last week. Clash of Clans is on here too. What do I have? Clash of Clans, Cross Duel, Clash Royale, PvZ Heroes. At least Clash Royale I liked a little bit better. Sort of like a real-time card game in a way. A sad day when this game is better than either Marvel Snap or hold click the app to clear cache faster. Okay. Try again, or maybe he should challenge me. And that might work. But look, the season just started and he's already goddamn rank 32 too. That's what's so crazy about it. A lot of the people haven't played at all. Rank 10, rank 16. Yeah, like even this guy's more badass than the stupid 1-2. He should be a much higher picture. These games always mess that up, like even Hearthstone. It won't put really the better cards as the higher ranked stuff. It'll be sort of inconsistent. Big Game Hunter was one of the top ranks I remember earlier on. And like it's not a bad card, but it's just like a 4-3, 4-2. With a good effect, sure, but this is one of those dream come true sort of structures for the game in this sense that like you always sometimes crave like, oh, I wish I could play the old school something forever, like, you know, classic Hearthstone or some older school version of a game before he gets ruined by power creep, or like Yu-Gi-Oh before he gets ruined by synchro. So this is one of those games that's sort of going to be stuck in limbo where it'll be basically the same forever, but that's both a good thing and a bad thing though. Because I guess you could always choose to play like that anyway, but then you always get your ass beat. Your in-game is glitched? Huh. I don't know, maybe I'll play one and try after. We lost his that. Let's try the disco ball thing. Or open close app, sure. Maybe having Clash of Clans here bugged my whole system out. And what weird timing too, because Chess is doing some sort of crossover with it, which I didn't even know. I just happened to play it at the same time. Okay, you challenged me though, just in case that matters too. Been challenged, so we get to do any of the zombies here. This doesn't sort of count towards the round robin thing. Thank God it worked. Playing as Rose. Yeah, who will be our first hero that we get, I wonder too. We'll get it like randomly from a pack basically. This is fine. Oh yeah, this was sort of the sports inspired thing, which arguably I should have kept that then, but it's sort of like a sport pet hybrid, but not in a good way because it's sort of just hodgepodge together. But yeah, like I almost wish I could see the like I still get to see the black bars on the side of the screen. I wish I could see the art that's there. I don't know how you would actually do that, but there must be some way in BlueStacks to sort of decorate it. Whatever you want to fill the inevitable black screen. Or it's weird how some games don't do that. Like some games will be full screen just naturally without even trying to make it that way, like Cross Duel. I guess I assumed it wouldn't be an issue. Even there's sometimes a way to do that, like with emulators and stuff, where it'll stretch it out so it looks maybe ugly, which I wouldn't necessarily want to do, right? It'll look all pixelated and weird, but it still feels good because you at least have that option. Okay, that's quite the combo. Wait on heights. Zombie gets -1/-1. This guy can be annoying if you don't deal with him quickly. This is going to be hard to do. +2/+2 on a planner, your hero is healed. It's just going to be one of those things that I just can't deal with, period, though. Hurt me, I dare you. But yeah, that's the whole way you could play around it, is you can't overheal in this game, so you can kind of just keep them at full health to try to heal buff deck. What is this, a white deck in Magic the Gathering that we see a million of? And so much so that I was even trying to get my revenge by making it myself. +2 in Frenzy. It won't matter though. Well, I may as well just do it because nothing's going well for me anyway. So it won't actually do anything, but it'll just keep it alive. So if I can just deal with this guy, it would be totally worth it actually to do that. So maybe I should just wait, because that thing is going to get out of control. And then we can hurt him as much as I want. Bounce another plant is fine. But effects like that can kind of be bad sometimes, right? Because you don't have a choice to buff it or bounce it. You have to. Like the Firefighter is kind of like that. Start of turn, you get +1. So yeah, the way to play around healing is just don't damage them in the first place, which sounds like such a good thing to do. Like, wow. But as if you can really play a game like that. Just never hurt them until you really control the board and you're very confident. That would be okay. Board zombies get +1, or this is kind of good. Sort of feed into itself. But he has a lot of cards in his hand, which means it's still going to be very difficult. And this isn't like one of those decks, like my plant decks, that's going to get carried by legendaries. Although it's mainly Green Shadow who benefits from that. Or some other heroes that obviously we don't have yet, so it makes it seem kind of limited in a way, like... Holy shit. Play zombies here in the next door, get -1/-1. Team up. Oh, shit. Not really much I can do here. Isn't this fun? He sort of had made it seem like his deck was all healing based, but now it's just kind of all kinds of stuff. The hero loses their brains. What the fuck? The joke's on you. I don't have any brains. Like what, all of them? What the hell? What is that card? Ray and Anna. I feel like I've seen it before. I don't remember it doing that. That is insane. Compare that to the one guy I have. It's a 6 mana whatever that reduces their stun by like 1 or 2. It doesn't mean that it completely makes it 0. That's kind of insane. Well, let me at least try to do the daily quest this time. More like a weekly quest, more like a monthly quest. Okay, let's try maybe the walnut guy here. Let's see if we win with that disco ball condition. Or it'll at least be impactful. I got kind of unlucky with those games as Green Shadow, though, to be fair. Like, I was getting only high-cost stuff, which obviously that's why it's a double-edged sword. But I do have some, at least, low-cost cards in there. I was just being punished, like how LeBron said, oh, we're top-heavy. Like, it's a good problem to have. This, you can go here, and that factors into the whole nut thing. I don't know why it didn't show up the first time I did that. So we can get the disco ball in, and if he can't remove it, then under that very specific circumstance, then it could be good. Or if at least if he has to fight towards taking it on the board, which of course nobody ever does that. This will be good, but we could maybe do it later. But then again, if there's a plan with team up, which actually this almost feels like it should have team up, but it doesn't. Now this would still survive it, so maybe I can accept that. And having this water chestnut could be very good for the rest of the game, because it could be pretty hard for him to deal with that. Wasn't that game fair and balanced? It wasn't too bad, actually. Obviously, I wasn't going to win, but... when played, yeah, plants with no strength, so let's just see it. Now it'll take me so long to even see some of these cards that we have in here that we're excited to try out, like the disco thing, because should maybe just trade that in, I don't know. Or maybe I should do like this, so it'll save the other guy. I always forget that this even has stats on it. Wanted to show you the best deck. Yeah, that was pretty good. Damn it, that's the perfect counter to that. Like the old 3-peater karma. That's fine, that's fine. So we've outlasted most of his stuff. And so that's where we're going to start to see as we get better and better cards. It's just that you actually don't burn out so quickly. That'll still trade in. The problem is with this deck is we still don't have a very good top end option. This will be the best thing we have still. It's like the 6-5. These don't have team up either, even though they get buffed for it. I feel like I rarely get value from that effect. This is kind of a trash turn. Yeah, Brainana's a pretty amazing card. Damn, now I can't decide whether I should try to save up for the 400. Maybe I should just be satisfied with having gotten that. But I still want to be able to get the event card. So now I'm going to have to fast again. Maybe I won't worry about it yet, but... You know, because if we get some sort of Bad Moon Rising thing or just whatever, something good. Most of the cards actually aren't that interesting, though. That is the only one that I really like. Maybe the football guy for 6 mana. It is people thought it was bad before. Can't be hurt. I don't have to worry about that. I mean, at least comparing it to the effect of that Egyptian guy that I have. I'm even saying, oh, he's okay value, but he does the same thing, but far worse. Just like... +4 health, I don't know if it's worth doing to that. It probably would be. But I don't want to move it. Or maybe I still will. Do that. You could do this. The Spine Apple guy won't really do much for me. Maybe I should actually save it because it's going to be basically the same thing here. Yeah, he's completely burned out of cards. I have a decent amount of removal here. The Squash is almost underrated because you don't think of it as such a good card, but you end up having to use it because there's just nothing better. So it is an S tier, top tier card just because there's nothing better than just hard removal unless it just costs less. The effect couldn't be any better. So just trade everything in. And we're just gonna beat him with this stupid 5/6 pumpkin because that's really great value. Alright, give me the disco thing, or we'll have plenty of chance to see it because I'll go on a crazy win streak. So he is actually committing to the whole sports idea pretty hard. That we could trade in. I don't really like strike through much as a mechanic, but obviously we get that. Now that doesn't have to give you a strike through minion. It'll just give you something that happens to be that happens to get it after the fact. Dragon Flower. Probably because Brainana isn't a win condition, it's a pseudo win condition that prevents Brainy teleporting and any tricks to prevent you from losing. But yeah, it's just kind of good overall, no matter what. I have a little bit too much removal now. In fact, we may as well just even do that. And before he summons like 3 legendaries in a row now, though. Let me look at actually all the bananas in the thing, because I don't even know what the base banana does, I guess. Where it still does that splash damage effect. And part of it even goes off screen. Oh yeah, that's kind of a cool way to show it. Part of it goes off screen, not because it's just such a small screen that has black bars. Top Cannon is stupid value. Everything should be fine here. Don't have to use that. -1, -1. Pretty much no way you should reasonably lose this. Or yeah, I should just make a deck built around that, where you have like 4. I mean, again, if I get the cards permitting, have 4 of these, have 4 of the 3-peaters, have 4 of the Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. It's all just a bunch of AoE stuff. Full splash damage commitment. Go put our other ace pumpkin guy down. That'll still trade in pretty favorably. I mean, at least this deck is not especially good, right? This is still pretty mid-tier, low tier. Healing is just preventing any kind of swarm. Oh, I'm pretty low, though. Holy shit. Even here, this is where the block meter can kind of give them a chance. Right, there was still some vague possibility he could have won if not that. There's one way to beat this stack. The only one. One turn kill. Yeah, we'll do a repeat Moss combo because that's really efficient. There must still be some way to do that, but couldn't you do that with the banana thing? If he keeps giving you... Let me look at what it actually is. Just keep playing the banana thing over and over because it gives you another one to play. Banana bomb, deal 2 damage to a zombie. Nothing too special there. Gain a banana bomb. Conjure a banana. Oh, like it would mean it generically. Like it could be any of them, of course. So it's not guaranteed to do that. Like if it gave you itself and then just kept making more of the same thing, even if it was a shitty value card. Made 2 half bananas next door. Bananasaurus Rex double strike against +1/+1. And then this guy. Man, that is really crazy though. Yeah, sometimes that's the best way to measure value. Like just compare it straight up to the Sphinx guy. It is basically the same thing because it only lasts like 1 turn. It's not like they permanently lose it. Loses 2 sun this turn. Like how can you reconcile the difference in value between these? This is garbage compared to that. It costs 6 for a 3/4. But even the statting isn't too favorable for that. What was the other one? There's this, but there was another something similar. I can't remember. That just did like an AoE effect like that. Not the piranha plant, although that is very good too. Oh yeah, what is it called? Kernel corn. Deal 4 damage to each zombie. This is almost what I think of when I hear Cob Cannon, because that's the whole point of it. It does an AoE that just kills everything. Which we used on like 1 level and 1 level only in the hard mode, because it was like... I almost did still die there though, so it's... As much as I mock aggro, it does sometimes still work. Despite the block meter and everything else. Come on, give me that disco ball. We always get these cool cards, but then I never get to play them. Yeah, that'll be an exciting moment whenever one of these packs gives us a hero. Even if it was like one of those, you know, give us a guaranteed hero for 500 gems. It doesn't even matter which one. Right? It'll end up being one that people are like, oh, that one sucks. You should have just bought one outright. Like, for 750 or whatever. Conjure a sports card. Never in your life have you seen a football guy this weak, though. Let's go here. Or, yeah, use it to tank. Then again, OTK requires teleports 99% of the time. Yeah, I haven't seen too many things like that feel like OTK. In fact, the biggest infinite loop that we've seen is that healing thing. You have the healing environment, and then you have whatever that plant that gives you whenever something heals, it buffs it. Or I mean, whenever something heals, it does damage. Whenever it does damage, it heals. I forget exactly what those cards are, but... Make a walnut, draw a card, or this isn't going to help me too much. I mean, you could actually do both there. Pretty good value out of these, actually. Other than that, I don't think we take advantage of team up too much here, but I guess you can just kind of do it with anything. Always a mistake to leave those chest sort of things around. Prey Nana counters it. Yeah, that's the kind of troll thing actually I would make if I could craft. Even if you don't, you know, even if it's not that good, I would just spam that. Oh, shit. 7 mana, 5/9. When revealed, move a plant. That's pretty good value. But we're kind of rushing them down a little bit. So you should be able to trade in here pretty well. Or no, actually, maybe I should just ignore it and do this. Then what if he does something else weird? Oh, he likes these fusion effects a lot. The thing is, don't hit their face until the OTK. Yeah. Four, 5 cosmic. It actually doesn't bother me too much because I don't know why I feel like doing that first and then saving the guy for later. Maybe that wasn't the best thing to use it on. What the fuck? Wait, why did he get to attack like 3 times though? Oh, because of the team up. Okay. Shit. Okay, we do have another one of those. And I'm going to be tempted to just play a bunch of random stuff to trade in. 2/4. When the search the plant hero, conjure a card that costs 2 or less. You go here and then go... That has 3 or less. Actually, that would be pretty worth it to do, I think. 2/2. When it does damage, it gets +1. Okay, that seems all right. Yeah, I love conjuring these event cards because that's a 2-for-1. Just we get to use a card I don't normally have, and also a card that I might never get. Like, how often would they really put a card that's already been on there recently on there again? So I'm holding out some hope that, oh, maybe they'll put up Bad Moon Rising again. That would be such a perfect thing. It's a high cost card. It's a zombie card. We can give the zombies some love for that. Make it up to them just because the plants have gotten so lucky with all their cards. I couldn't hold on to it for like 1 day. We finally get to the threshold and then now this technically does kill it, I think, because it just bypasses the immunity or whatever. I'm going to be taking a little bit of damage here that I don't really like, but there's an Amortica OTK deck made to counter it, but made to counter it. But me and somebody else made a counter to HMR, and guess what hero it was? I don't know. Probably Solar Flare, right? Everybody's favorite. Super Brains. Oh, shit. When played, all plants get -1. Or, I mean, how could... Fuck. Kind of tough. Maybe go here. Or who did everybody like on the zombies? Everybody loved Infinity. I don't know whether that means he's good at the high meta range or he's just good for like budget stuff. Quite the epic game here when it really goes the distance like this. All zombies get +2/+2. They're pretty low too, so I could have missed lethal maybe somewhere along the line with the way that I just never look at it. Rust Bolt is also good. Damn, I always come so close like this. Heal your hero 1 for each flower. Maybe go here. Maybe go here. Or no, we'd have to destroy. Ah, shit. Well, we'll survive at least one of these. Gravestone Deadly. We didn't even get to see exactly what that was. That's kind of a new card. For me, at least. Okay, so we'll still block here. Wait, what? Wait, why didn't that? He didn't have Bullseye, did he? Why didn't that trigger the block meter, though? The one time I try to rely on it. It's going to be hard to build our gems back up to that point. Okay, we didn't get to see the disco ball. We did get to see the double dragon fruit, but we didn't actually get to play both or anything. We got it in both. We got both of them in our hand, like every single game we played as Green Shadow. I rolled a 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, of course, internal RNG. I never still understood how that fully worked, but it's just stupid, basically. I hear you like RNG, so we have dice while we play a card game. Incredible. This guy should probably phase out of there because he's just not good enough. The only thing that would make it good is if you had team up on top of it. Look at this guy's bot-like name. Okay, at least he's using a removal card on it. Referring to bot. Yeah, I know. That's why it's kind of stupid though, right? If it's RNG based. What could we actually do here to trade in? We might have to just do something above and beyond. +2/+2 when it destroys a plant. Or maybe I could just ignore it for now and it'd be fine. That's all they would have had to do. Add a different mode where you can just play the exact same game without that and see how that would change the thing. That'd be a fun variant. When played, make another zombie that costs 1. Okay, that's fine. And then you do kind of the 2 mushroom guys together, I guess. Or do this guy first. Or maybe I should have just done the... I should just do this, actually. Not too bad. His hand is kind of jacked out, though. That is kind of weird, though. As many legendaries as I've gotten, I'm surprised that I never got a single hero. Where you get like 3 or 4 or 5 legendaries before you get a single hero. The heroes have like a 3% chance, but still. Yeah, that guy can get a little bit annoying, but for now it's okay. In fact, you can do both of these together, which is a rare and special kind of combo. But we even still survive that and kill it. Destroy zombie, then deal 4 damage. Okay, dude. Okay. We have like this vague little mushroom synergy with this one, which is not really too good, but it's something. That can only get annoying really if he has a lot of them. That even helps to charge your block meter too. I feel like I never get value out of this as far as the heals. It doesn't stick around enough. Yeah, even this guy is much better than that stupid bullseye thing in the water. The 1-2. This is fine. It won't die. You can get a very good value off of this one. Only way it could be better is just if you had something in the water too. Okay, healing is pretty annoying though. Even as I use it, I'll still be objective and say that. You 1 damage to each plant here, fine. A lot of removal this guy, but maybe not the most efficient kind. The bonus attack, holy shit. Yeah, I won't be able to do anything about that environment for a super long time. I have 2 of them in here actually, but let's run for the rest of the game. Kind of the wrong time to get it, but it's okay, I guess. That mechanic I don't dislike, the whole hero card thing, but I hate the block aspect. Played in an environment, or when an environment is played. Okay, 5/7. +1/+1 when the zombie is destroyed. That's pretty good. Okay, we'll remove that, then we can fill up couple of these lanes. Go like that, go like that. And now I'm completely burnt out. So if he can clear the board now with the infinite amount of removal he seems to have, then I'm just dead. But he doesn't actually summon anything, which is surprising. Deal 3 damage, and I can do that to his face, too. So this could be pretty good value. He would never expect me to be able to do this. Deal 1 damage to each plant here. If I just put that there, and then oh, fuck. Well, I wouldn't be able to kill him outright no matter what. 6-5. Gravestone. When revealed, zombies can't be hurt this turn. Oh, shit. Zombot Battlecruiser. I like the ones that have such long names that they don't even fit inside the, you know, they go outside to the border. What a turnaround. If only I got like one more Berry Blast. All plants get +2, which doesn't even really matter. I mean, I'm going to just die here. Actually, I won't. Or the block meter can't even save me. Oh, look at that, dude. Perfect mid-range finisher card. So if I was allowed to craft event cards, obviously that would be the one that I would want. People even told me it would be there, but I just wouldn't have had enough gems for it anyway. Like, just get Bad Moon Rising, just get it. Except you can't, because you'd have to play like every day, or you'd have to play a ton. Do like a 24-hour stream to farm out the event tickets, because you can get them from just playing games. Like every single game I do, I get like 15 or something, so that would take forever. But I guess if you play it every day, it wouldn't be that hard to do that way. And you can keep doing the challenges or whatever, which I find kind of boring, so I always skip them. But yeah, this guy I love too, because he's such a good value bullseye. At least we should be able to do the daily quest here. Let's go over to the zombies, which we didn't get too much exciting stuff for them, which I almost prefer that. We've been lucky in that regard too. Not only have we gotten really good cards, just period, but we've gotten like more buys towards plans, because I said immediately that I don't like the whole trick style of play that the zombies have. What was I saying? Oh yeah, what was that guy's bullseye guy's effect? Because I really like that card. Thankfully, actually, most of the event cards aren't actually that cool though, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on too much. Yeah, he's a 5-mana 7/5, which itself is good value. When it hurt, oh yeah, it doesn't just not give you block meter, it also takes it away, which is amazing. If they can give it to you, they can take it away, as a wise man once said. So Infinity typically does pretty good here. You got to kind of commit and play as aggro. So are we not going to be able to get to rank 10? I'll just go until all the zombies lose, which shouldn't happen very easily anyway. The little top heavy green shadow experience was the only real detriment here. Godzilla is also another fan favorite hero. I like how people say that sometimes too, like, oh, get Chompzilla, get this. It's not like I can just choose to get them, right? Like, or get such and such card. I guess ordinarily that at least I would be able to do, because I could theoretically craft, but also that I can't do. Seems like a very horrible start unless there's some sort of crazy combo to go along with them. Hides in a gravestone. Give me a good little run, Infinity. He has one of the best runs aside from Green Shadow. Solar Flare went on a pretty good one too. Do that to trade in. It almost doesn't even seem worth it, but there's all kind of fun theme things I would do if I had actually like you know, if this was something I had played since it came out. Like I would have done an only amphibious deck, which I don't even know if you could do that. Would there be like 40 amphibious minions you could play just with one particular hero? I'm sure there'd be enough in the game overall, but you won't be able to combine them basically. I wonder what mobile game I'll play tomorrow, since my Saturday format has almost turned into that. Maybe I'll do Team Fight Tactics. I don't know how I'm choosing these. I have a list of so many games, but I almost don't even want to play the ones that are like, you know, kind of more intensive or whatever. I don't want to play single player stuff because I could do that at any time, first of all. This wouldn't do much. Laden Heights do 3 damage. I almost don't want to do either of those, just because both of those effects are pretty good, but maybe that's a dumb idea. But that's already going to be a scripted interaction. Make a 1/1 dancer. So if he kills the chicken or the other guy, then I can play the whatever flamenco guy. What's he called? Flamenco zombie. So here we could trade in. You could do this just to make that trade in too, for whatever that's worth. Or I could have hidden it just to try to get the value from the flamenco guy. He is burning out of cards. That's the biggest thing I always look for, is not even the value of the cards that they're playing, but whether they can, you know, whether they're going to go in top deck mode or not, which good quality decks never do, but I guess they sometimes do against other good quality decks, so it ends up evening itself out. Okay, this guy's really good, but we get him kind of at the wrong time. And I guess we could use the effect on this just to get rid of a 1/1, which is not really worth it. Okay. Not too bad of a spot, but we're both kind of running dry. Put this guy here just to trade in. Hiding in the Grainstone doesn't do too much for me, really. Almost seems like a waste, but I don't know when else I'm going to do it. The fact that it counts for himself is what can sometimes be a surprise. Even that can sometimes just finish you off. He's behind this get +2. Just use the Fire P instead. That has that built in. Okay, that's a little bit annoying. Like, what if I was to do this, though? It would sort of just stall a turn. Wouldn't really help me, though, because now it just negates their attack altogether. Right, just the Gravestone is invincible. Just like almost how we do it on the mini games, where there is no way to remove them, yet they still spawn them. But that doesn't help because you're still not going to trade in. I guess it just buys you a turn. This would be actually bad because it would block your ability to do this. Now it'll guarantee that it goes in the water at least. When hurt, make a 1/1. If he finishes this off, then I could put that there just to trade in with Deadly, or... Oh, it repeats the effect that way too, of course, when it comes out of the Gravestone. You're gonna have 1 left. If it had been in the water, that would have actually been the finisher too. But our board is actually pretty decent here. Or we could finish him off with that too. Let's just do this. I'm sure he can't deal with it. If you win this at this point, I should actually delete my account. Yeah, what is the plant's best AoE, I wonder, by comparison? Like, destroy... they have, like, a rocket that basically does the same thing that the Zomboss does. Or whatever, just... what's it called? Like, it just destroys everything on the field overall, including your own stuff, but... Astrocado... Let me guess, +3, don't even need it. Okay, I kind of just wanted to get to rank 10, but it almost seems like that isn't going to happen now. We start off at rank 5, so it makes it seem better than what it actually was. Okay, 1 short of that. Hang on. Okay, let's see. There's nothing really too exciting to look for with Infinity. It's just going to be the same stuff we've typically had, but still pretty good. Or it'll end up being that we get spoiled by all these high-cost cards that we end up not getting to play because we get rushed down. We end up doing better with the worse decks, or at least the lower curve decks. Which there can be some truth to that sometimes, but it doesn't feel like 8 cost is even that big of a deal, though, for some of that stuff. Or like we only have but so much of it. This is fine. Maximilian, rank 11, 2/1/1s. Not really worth using this little thing on it. Like how I said, there's no absolutes in chess. There's no absolutes in card games either, because you never know what it is that you're trying to play around. Right, like you could think, oh shit. What a, now do like that mushroom buff guy too. What a crazy combo of completely pointless stuff though, because that's just what you get from the hero card anyway. So it's not like this is a good value card. Why would you ever have that? What are you, a new player or something? A new free-to-play player? Okay, we could go here and kill one of those, or I could just ignore it at my own peril, because all that's going to do is supercharge my block meter. Oh, shit, I was even joking about that. Okay, we'll get rid of at least one of them. Or let's at least get rid of that so we can go face. I mean, you should have at least thought that they might be able to do that, but that is still kind of rough. Now, no matter what I do, I can still trade in. Like, I can use, that's probably the wrong place to put it, though, because if I intend to do that coming up, I can kill one of them with this. Oh, my God. Okay, now that I wasn't expecting, I will admit. We'll still be able to kill the one here. Just, we'll be able to kill that. We'll kill that, so it's not that big of a deal. We'll absorb one of these hits, too. Even though it went the best case for him that it possibly could have, it's still okay. Now we get some actual high value stuff, which might have been better if I had actually saved that spot for the whatever, this guy, what's he called? Foot Soldier Zombie. I don't think I've even read what his name was a single time. You know, so many of the names in card games are just functional stuff. Like, it basically just tells you what it does. He goes against everybody's theory that, oh, you should always put the sun in front just to be sort of a tank for you. Even as psychotic as that seems. Don't bite the sun that warms you, that keeps you alive and gives you nourishment. That'll be pretty good, I guess. Yeah, it's weird that he did that. I would have been better off just letting the sun tank for him. What is the sun really going to do for you with so few cards and so early on in the game? This is okay. I really screwed myself with this effect. When reeled, bounce another zombie, I guess. I guess I'll just do this as a static play anyway. Okay, that'll get killed. Or maybe I should bounce that just to save it. All plants get +2. That could have been really dangerous if the mushroom stuff had come into play, but actually that'll be fine, because then at least we can use the ability from okay, is there something I could do that would actually hide something in a gravestone, which would not allow him to hit anything through? Maybe we'll do that one, but then we'll be, only bad thing with that is we might be forced to bounce it then. Something else. That'll get killed. He'll still throw one down, right, with his dying breath. In the water, and then we trade that in. We're still in okay shape, but we're a little bit, wait, why did he throw 2? Even though he was like overkilled. Okay, whatever. We're not in too bad of a spot. Even if he flips back the 1/1, it's not a big deal. But we get cucked on the height thing again. But at least the first time was my fault. This is okay. This is okay. That effect is not really that important right now to try to do. If we flip one back, it's got to be one of the imps. These games are always so close, even if it feels like I'm better or my deck is better. Just you can always get so low on health, and then you have to recover. And of course, my desire not to have a bunch of healing is a factor. Look how they got the full commit to mushrooms. Just because you have those doesn't mean you'll get them every time. We'll do that just so we can use the height thing, but I don't know how good it's really going to be still. In fact, I'm just dead anyway, aren't I? Because of his obvious team-up stuff. Or no, we're still fine, but it's pretty close. Dead. Now you're completely burnt out. How fitting for Solar Flare. All you have to do is block that stuff. We can do 3, but I don't see what good that's going to do me. We could trade this in. We won't die to the other one at least. Even if I was to do that, it wouldn't help me, so why even bother? Or I guess this does cost 0, so we could do it and then trade it. First 0 cost card I think I've ever played, because you normally don't get those in your hand. Right? That's sort of an illegal interaction, because that's not normally supposed to happen. Like, it's not a card that you can own, I don't think. I always like that, though, when the cards you conjure and stuff from unique effects, like the Knight of the Living Dead, you can actually use that just as a base card, but you're normally meant to use it from the King guy, which is much better value. That still doesn't matter because you just... Okay. The block meter could still save me, so that was a pretty intense game. And of course, this won't actually still kill him, but some of the best, most enjoyable, unique, variety-filled games are at the lowest ranks, because you don't get just bogged down by the pure meta of everything. Because like, even if I do have good cards now, or whatever, my deck starts to get better, the reality is that I might have some deference for the desire to actually save up. I don't know how worthwhile that's going to be, but I still am sort of hungry for an event card if I want to save up that threshold. We're already almost halfway there, so maybe I will wait. I don't always buy packs, but when I do, once in a month, I get a legendary guaranteed, but that's because it was a legendary pack for 500. This is still pretty worth it, no matter which one it was. But it's easy to say that in hindsight when it was such a good one. That's kind of a rough hand. That's all we're losing to today, is just like everything's top heavy, but this deck didn't even improve or change much. Like, as we keep getting better cards, we start losing in the early game. Nightcap does look pretty badass. We don't actually see him that often. His effects maybe aren't that good. Yeah, that's fine. We gotta make the push for rank 10. Infinity has been carrying the zombies a little bit, although Smash is doing pretty good for a while too. All these high curve starts though are so stupid. We'll do that to trade in, but I think it's very unlikely that he'll actually let me. He'll just play something on it. He's going to be able to kill one of these two. Barbarian supposed to look like Arnold, I guess, maybe. Conan the Barbarian, or it could just be generic, and I'm just extrapolating on that. But I almost see that somehow in the facial structure or something. You could do this, or you could do that. Maybe that could be better later. Heal 3, fine. You do this to just finish that off. Hitting that to face makes absolutely no sense at all. That would be fine, even if it does trade in. I always like it when those random effects to summon stuff go in the water, though, because it's just you know, so rarely do I actually play stuff in the water outright. Quite the animation for him, too. But yeah, that's the PvZ game they gotta make. Is make like a MOBA instead of, you know, Garden Warfare or something, make it like just old school abilities like League or something with the same zombie and whatever plant heroes and stuff. Or maybe that's what Battle for Neighborville was and I don't even know it. But I think it was just basically the same as almost Garden Warfare. It's just amazing how much they really milked this franchise, which isn't necessarily even a bad thing. It's just not what I would have expected. Okay, we're both pretty even on cards, but I assume mine are at least a little bit better value. So here you could just go straight with this guy. Pretty good value last game. But even when he dies, he summons another one. But somehow he summoned 2 last time. But yeah, that's the worst possible thing you could do. That's random zombies. It's going to be the 1-1. Luck is on my side today. Such confidence with which I say that, too. Okay, we go up here. We can destroy that guy with the slant. Seems to make sense. This thing is kind of a little bit overrated, I guess, but I still shouldn't really block it. See, that makes such a big difference. If you don't get the effect off of that guy, then he feels like a total waste. The heights guy. Foot soldier. Yeah, more like ladder soldier because he's up on a slant. Okay, this is fine too. When a plant hurts the zombie hero, draw a card. Well, that guy's pretty much always good value, but it does help them charge up their block meter too much, but it also just giving you free value. Bunch of 1-1s. Even in the worst case, they one-shot him. It's still going to summon one of them. This should be fine, I guess. But you won't have enough room, I guess, if you do it that way. Kind of hard to actually decide. I guess we could do both of these together. So that alone would be enough to kill it if he doesn't deal with it. But then between the attack and the power of this, you'd almost kill him. And a lot of the damage values in this game can just hit face anyway, right? You just do 3 damage to anywhere. Or like a lot of the tricks, I always call them spells. I always call brains and sun mana. Where it's very rare in these games that you have like different resources for the base. Like they basically serve the same purpose, right? Brains and sun are equivalent. But normally they'd both be mana or they'd both be the same resource. Or yeah, like even that would be able to go anywhere. You could do this, but then it would fill up too much space. So I actually want to do that. No way you should be able to win this. You're almost just forced to play like aggro inevitably anyway, just because you only have such a curve that you can't go too far with it. Deal 3, man. He's really hanging on. Should be able to just finish him off with this, though. He didn't necessarily know that I had that. And don't count out my ability to miss lethal either. I swear the only reason why I do it is because of the block meter, but that's still a legitimate problem that you shouldn't really have. Yeah, I think overall Infinity has been the best performer throughout the whole run of zombies, although the Smash had some pretty good moments. So the worst one basically we'll single out and trash talk is the you know what, maybe this could be an okay hand, even if you won't get the optimal value from the effect. If you mulligan, you might get something more expensive for it. Basically the best zombie has been Infinity, the best plant has been Green Shadow, and then the worst has probably been Super Brains. So the mid tier is the Smash, and then the worst for plants has probably been Solar Flare, and the mid tier has been the Walnut guy, or maybe not. Those two almost feel a bit even. Okay, that's kind of a rough start. It's hard to say whether you should even try to deal with the walnuts. You should almost just ignore them, but then they can get out of hand later. Right, like, if you do summon something there, then he'll just put something behind it and kill me. So yeah, some of these cards are so insane that I'm surprised I don't see them more often, particularly some of the high cost ones. But I guess aggro is still better than I give it credit for, despite the block meter shit. So I guess it would be too strong if there was no block meter, but then obviously the whole design of the game would just be different too. Team up doesn't really do anything though. Now you can get very good value from this dude, but only if he... Or no, I always confuse this with the dancing hat guy, obviously. This is just something totally different. Fuck, that's the best use of that card, even though I always bash it. Let's just get revenge on him. If there's a zombie in every lane, this does double damage. It should almost be if there's a zombie in every lane, it does it to everything in their, you know, everything on their side of the field. This is pretty good, actually. I don't always use removal, but when I do, it's not even from a trick. It's from a zombie itself, from a minion. All plants get +2. It's kind of annoying. Could be very hard to deal with this first lane, actually. That won't even be usable. You could use this to get rid of one of these. This guy is, when it hurts the hero, deal 3 damage to a random plant. Assuming he doesn't have a way to stop that, that could be good value. Let's just do that only, and then we'll use our basic removal. I feel like I've never even played this card before. Either I always wait for the bonus effect to be active, or I save it, and then it just never ends up happening. Energy Hero 5. I can't really do anything about him. I think I'm just dead. The mighty Infinity falls after at least a couple games. And part of the reason why we got to rank 20 last time was... No, I guess the main reason why is I normally get to rank 15 like on the last episode before the month resets. The last time I started at rank 15 at the beginning last time, so obviously I had the full episode to do it. But a lot of people were just conceding at the beginning or like disconnecting, so... I'm sure there's some sort of botting thing that's going on with this game though too, because how could it be that you always find a queue time that quickly? It could be that there's no regional distinction. It could be that there's no, you know, rank restriction, even like just anybody can play anybody, but... Some people are very unimpressed with this guy's appearance. It's just a regular walnut wearing a belt, but he has like that cool helmet and stuff that comes on sometimes. This guy would be okay. This is also a gain a lunchbox at the end of turn, bounce it. But it almost doesn't have any value of just doing it on a dead board like that. That's pretty annoying. Deal 2 damage to a zombie here. Wouldn't kill it even between both of those. But we need... Or it would with the effect. Do the launch cards here. You shouldn't let this get too out of hand. Like maybe I should just... No. I don't know. Let's see what the lunchbox even is. I don't even know what it does. Is it just the one that does the +1/+1 buff? Yeah. Here, at least, as long as we trade in, it'd be fine, or you could do that too. Let's just trade everything. Clear the board. Yeah, there's a surprising lack of AoE in this game, actually. I think most of the time that's actually a pretty bad thing, though, to allow that effect, because you could do this, play something on top of it. Zombie played against +2 in Frenzy. What? Zombie played on this against +2 in Frenzy. You don't have to wait a turn to do it. Why doesn't that work, actually? Oh, because it's a gravestone, right? I forgot about that. Kind of a mistake, breaking the cardinal rule. If you play a fusion thing, you should always fuse it on the same turn. Yeah, that's not a big deal, but the Yeti is kind of useless in a way. I should almost ignore that, but I almost don't want to at the same time. You play a pet all plus pet scale +1, but that's okay too. So it's a 4/5. And this is going to get a little bit out of hand for him, but he does have a decent amount of healing too, so. Deal that much damage to zombie hero. +2 in frenzy. I should almost save that. Yeah, this guy is actually very good value. Just a 4-mana 4/3 itself is good with amphibious. The frenzy is almost not needed. Amphibious is always just a net positive because, you know, when are you not going to want to do that? Sport zombies can't be hurt, which we have the one in the water only. You just play both of these, period. We'll have some buff capabilities, which is nice. And so maybe that would allow me to trade in, but actually it wouldn't. Heal your hero for that much. Are we going to see that infinite loop that I was talking about even? We very well might. I play with 4 less. Probably would be worth it so we don't have to even let it get to that point of trying to find out. All zombies get +1/+1. Can't really argue with that, no matter what. So we got some synergistic stuff going on, but just the fact that we split it between 2 things makes it kind of bad. I love that surfboard guy, actually. Make amphibious great again. Is because most of the value on everything is not very good. And the cattails are the biggest insult to the whole game because it goes from being the badass, most powerful plan in the whole PvZ to just a regular 3/2 amphibious, nothing special. If anything should be a legendary, that should be it. They definitely didn't try to stay too far into the rules of the series, or at least as far as what I know from the first game. They kind of just do whatever they want. Like, is dark matter dragon fruit a plant that's actually in the sequel? Maybe it is. Maybe they added so many millions of things in the sequel that it just starts to seem farcical. Like, it's hundreds of different plants, hundreds of different zombies, just an insane amount of stuff, which isn't even necessarily a bad thing. People certainly complain about and dislike it a lot for a free game that it is, but that's part of the problem. I'd rather pay $60 for just a... Not that it was even $60 for the first game, but... Bronze rank 7. We're getting farmed by these clowns. Never a big fan of the freeze effect, but we've seen a couple decks that actually commit to it pretty hard. He was showing off that really good quality deck, which is often what we see. We see them off on the other side. You could do it here. I'm not entirely sure if that's worth it or not. They're always a good combo, even just with one another. Or he is like one of those flag zombies just to show you he's a buff base for an archetype, basically. I don't know if that was even really such a good bounce to use. I should actually look at that. What are the other guys that carry flags? Like, obviously, there's the flag zombie itself, but we should focus on the pet thing. Force angle isn't going to do much for me. It's just got to be something that doesn't have to do with the gravestone. So put this here, put this there. (5/2). That's kind of overkill. Just like that actually wouldn't kill it, but I don't know whether that's really worth it to do that or not. It's already fire, so you combine fire with fire and you get ice, though, according to PvZ, the hard mode, or it's actually not like that, but all sports zombies can't be heard. That might be a great time to do it, but no, actually that's not as, or yeah, it is. Sports imp. I'm confusing my own little archetypes that we have too many of, by which I mean literally two. But yeah, using the torch mode on that almost seems kind of redundant. And that is one of the dumbest, weirdest things about the hard mode, but it's kind of necessary, or maybe, you know, it'd be too overpowered otherwise, as if there's not already overpowered stuff. Like the star itself makes the whole thing a joke, but it's like you have to put 2 torchwood down. If you put 1 torchwood down, it turns it into ice. And if you put 2 down, it turns it into fire. So it's just such a random thing. Yeah, please do this guy so we can buff again. We lose all of that. Let's see. Sports zombies get +1/+1. I'm almost just ignoring that guy on purpose, but it could be dangerous. I am going to be doing a lot, but he also is going to get buffed like crazy. Like, these guys could pass off as sports stuff too, because they're like doing some sort of aquatic thing. Dolphin riding Olympics. We would at least get blocked here, but it's okay. That's unfortunate. We're both pretty low, but we do have to survive this side here. What if I just do this? I'm kind of neglecting the Colosseum a bit too much. Then I'll use this hard removal. Or maybe this would be lethal, but it wouldn't be because they'll have the block meter still. Or here we go with the Brainana. That is kind of insane. I don't really see the downside of it. Heal for 6. I may as well just do it. Even as much as zombies are trick based, I play them more just like flood the board and, you know, don't really care about that too much. Even if I'm forced to play the side that focuses more on tricks, I'm still not going to, oh shit, not going to use too much. We're very close to winning here. We could do that just for the sake of it. Even though I'm not going to get the effect from it very well. I should just win because I'll use the removal on there, or I could just buff everybody. +1/+1. +1/+1 then does a bonus attack, but oh shit. Well, now we would have to do that. You fell right into my trap. You triggered my trap trick instead of trap card, or you triggered my trick card would be the right way to actually say it. Even when I'm winning these though, they're so goddamn close that it makes it seem like it's not a complete washout, really. I guess you do get a decent amount just from ranking up that I sort of underestimate. Right, just in the act of getting to rank 20, you'll get a couple hundred just from the reward of getting there, first of all, but also from the each rank that you get starts to give you more too as you go up. That is okay, I guess. And you play a pet, but it's almost like you'd want to save those to combo it, but I don't see the point. Make a 1/1 and team up, fine. Like, how many puns could they have come up with for all these different plans and ideas? It's almost like they come up with the idea for the card from the pun sometimes. Like, oh, we have this cool joke, shroom for 2 instead of room for 2. So let's just make that. It's not that the effects and the cards inform the puns inform the cards. A lot of these are just extrapolated on. It's not like there's some sort of foundational thing that's taken from the lore or from the original game. Although I guess not knowing PvZ 2 stuff could bite me in the butt. I probably said a lot of wrong things because of that, or like it actually is in the game but I just don't know it, or this game has maybe spoiled stuff from PvZ 2 for me just because I expect that, you know, I won't know what is what going in, but then it'll turn out to be Maybe that would be worth it. So we can certainly keep abusing those effects if he can't deal with both of these at least. That'll trade, that'll still be alive. Or not. Their health values are so low. Save that. That'll be like the only healing I ever do, just when you're forced to do it by the hero card. But when I first started playing, I didn't even see that. Like, it's one of my blind spots on my monitor, I guess. Just sport zombie, but that's not even a sport zombie, so who cares? I didn't even know you could keep the cards, or most of the, like the hero cards, but most of them I didn't even care about because they're most of them are good to play right when you get them anyway. I was so surprised by how little I like Clash of Clans, though. There must be some gameplay element that I'm missing. Like, I missed the game of it, right? The aesthetic was fine. The business model was very clearly on display. But where was the game itself? I missed that aspect of it. Needs more game. 0 out of 10. IGN review. I like how he said, too, most of these games end on turn 6. Is exactly what I think of when I hear that as Marvel Snap. Even if that's how the meta works in a particular game, just the fact that it forced that to happen was so stupid. We're playing with 4. Last not really worth it to do. But tomorrow I gotta make it up and do where zombies get +1/+1. Like, what if I just ignore it and keep going face? Because that could never go wrong. I gotta make it up to Paladin, so maybe I'll do a longer episode of that, or at least I'll have to do it, because last week we skipped that because I was too busy playing chess, which was worth it because at least I completed my challenge there. But now at least I have 2 months, which doesn't seem that unreasonable, but it's just still difficult. Two months seems like a long time, but when I'm only allowed to do it on stream, and I only do it like twice a week, and I only do it for a couple hours each time, that's like 4 hours a week to try to gain 100 rating in a month or in 2 months, which is still pretty good. Like, it's only 100, but it's often you can experience regression like I did last time, or there's a sense of you really have to study and learn in between. It's not enough just to play. I almost feel like it's based on the damage value that you would get there, but the game never like thoroughly explained it to me, or maybe I just blocked it out because of how much I hate how much I hate just dealing with the mechanic, period. Not a terrible spot to be in, but I only have the 3 of the superpowers, and I don't have any way to deal with the insane amount of stuff he has in his hand. Just got this guy in Super Brains, assuming we lose this, or either that or we'll get to rank 10. One or the other. I should try to at least get to rank 20 every season from now on, but I don't know whether I can guarantee that. I don't know how much farther than that I could push, but it does feel like if I just played more, it's not like, oh, rank 15 was really my ceiling before either. I just didn't usually play long enough in the month to get there. That's part of what can be so annoying for some people too. It's so hard to do it within just a month every single time, right? It's almost like, oh, the ladder should last the whole season, like 4 months or 3 months, the equivalent of like basically an expansion like in Hearthstone or something. Here I guess it wouldn't be that relevant, but yeah, doing it on a month-to-month basis is pretty hard to do for a lot of people. If you're not like playing every day, or if you have like a normal life and job and stuff, you're not going to prioritize doing that. Okay, this is a pretty good value. He has a lot of stuff in his hand, but he's just about to die, so I have to wonder. Summon something with like low attack to try to block, and I can do my stupid bowling ball on it. That's sort of a forced pun too. Oh, it's just a stone. Rolling stone. Like it doesn't have anything to do with plants or otherwise. Or it could be like a head. Heads will roll because it could be like a zombie's, you know, decapitated head. We would have lethal, but just very barely, so I'm sure they have ways to deal with it, or they're just kind of sitting on their hand for no reason. So here we have a case where you should have lethal, but I guess you won't. +2 in frenzy. Or no, it's +2 health, obviously, not +2 attack. The block meter would save you here, but it actually doesn't. Yeah, which is worse internal RNG, the block meter thing or the stupid like the discover effects and whatnot in Hearthstone. We're almost there already, actually. 2, 2, 1. So we're already halfway there to what we have to do in the whole month on the first day. So maybe I can push past it, which I should almost make a point to try to do. My schedule just isn't as flexible as what it used to be, because I would always do it as like a call to whatever, like whenever I had a desire to do something like, oh, this month I'll get to rank 50. So I'll play as much as I need to try to get there. Not that I'm trying to do that here at all right now, but... And then like, so every once in a while with my ongoing background series, I do something with them. Like Hearthstone and Magic have been going on for a while, but it doesn't mean that... I don't know, you should almost see that for the raw value, but you're not really playing on curve very well with it. Heal 2, that's so stupid. And I can just never do anything there, because I certainly don't think I have an environment on this guy. That's okay. I mean, maybe these archetypes are paying off a little bit, but it's not like they're really solid enough to go too far. Okay, so here, we're playing with 4 or less, doesn't matter. Destroy 1 there, also doesn't matter. And destroyed, make a 5/4 with amphibious here. Pretty good value there. 4 or less, so it wouldn't even work on that. So maybe at my own peril, I might just ignore that and just go face. That never backfires. I didn't really have a very efficient way to try to deal with it, so... And a hard commit to that. That's his ace card. Not really much I can do here. Need like a hard removal thing. A lot of my removal with the zombies sucks pretty bad. I guess I could just do this. I'll have to just like trade off over the course of like 2 turns to say. The 2 damage to zombie here. Played, plans with no strength. I find that hilarious, though. There actually is a tournament that people do for this game, I guess, where the cash prize is $500. That is pretty fun. I'm just surprised that, you know, I'm surprised that there's even that much of a following for it that way. That's the closest thing to an esports event you would have for the game, basically. And I'm sure even in its heyday, it didn't really have like a serious esports scene, but I wouldn't even say it's bad in any way. Maybe it just didn't go on for long enough or get enough constant updates and support. But let's see. That might be worth it. We always just sort of burn out together, so it ends up not really being much help to me. like we're both in sort of top deck mode. At least I got something done in PvZ hard mode, so eventually we'll get the other two. We do it over and over, and then we come up with a strategy that's actually somehow different, even though it seems so basic. It's just sometimes less is more. And we did it in sort of a provable way. So again, it's not like I just magically played better. I was starting to play a slightly different style over the course of like those last 3. Imagine me actually uploading every single episode from that. It almost feels like there should be more though, because I started like at the end of last year. It's been almost a year. So even if every week I'm doing 1 episode, it'd be on episode 50. But the reality is that I was doing it like twice or thrice a week back then, I feel like. So it ends up being a case where he just can't deal with the amphibious, so he's just screwed. But I almost can't deal with the pair either. Or as soon as I say that, I get jinxed. But he's stupid. Why wouldn't you just kill my amphibious thing that's causing you so much trouble and could potentially pose lethal here? I guess it's because he's confident that... But that might have screwed it up now, because he might get the block meter. Deal 2 damage here. At least the fact is I can heal, so I should be fine. Although just barely fine. Please don't mess it up with the mouse guy here. The Black Plague Bringer. Will that get me to rank 10, please? Or it'll be very close. Win streak bonus gives you how much? Just 1? Okay, so this would be the last final showdown. 1, so I wouldn't even have to play Super Brains if Smash carries me this hard. So I assume if you get to like rank 30, then you'll start at rank 10 or something like that, so it keeps benefiting you that way. That's my first time actually seeing that mechanic in this game, so that's good. Yeah, I unironically would spend the first episode usually of the month, you know, I play it once a week for just a couple hours, whatever, would be getting rank 1 to 5, then the second one 5 to 10, then the third one 10 to 15, then the fourth one what turned into try to get to rank 20, but they weren't always, you know, I didn't always do it like that. Or like sometimes I would play like viewers almost the whole time, so it wouldn't matter. So here, for the rest of the game, all quick P's get +1/+1, but I don't feel like that's too strong of an archetype. It's just kind of a random thing, or maybe not. You can have 4 and then you'll shuffle more. Like, the reality of that working so well is very strange, right? I doubt it would matter too much. It's not one of those things like, oh, you better remove it or you'll get killed. It just doesn't feel that big of a deal. Destroy Gravestone. Okay, dude, he's going hard and fast in the opening. Draw 2 cards, which obviously factors in pretty well. It's actually going to be a meta caliber deck involving the quick piece, which I feel like is not even that good of a card, but +2 in Frenzy, not really worth it though. You could use the ability here in the middle and kill that one, but you wouldn't even let me do that last time. And you could do that. You almost just should do that, even if it's not that good. Or no, now it will trade in because that'll trigger the effect when it comes out of the gravestone. And even that should be fine too, because the -1/-1 will come in. Oh, fuck. Blockbuster. Destroy all gravestones here. Whoa, that's actually really good. I'm already getting kind of low. You can do this, and then you can certainly decide to buff everything. I shouldn't really need to heal. Oh, wow. And we're getting like hard countered by this or something. Or he's just got way too good of a deck. Even he's shocked by it. Had way too much value, way too much removal, everything. Okay, so we'll lose this one for sure, and then I'll try to figure a way to win, like, probably one game of Super Brain should be enough. For now, you won't have the win streak, but I think it might still give you, like, 2. May as well just try to go for this, but it's not even going to matter. +2, Frenzy. If he was a little bit lower, that would be a clutch way to try to steal it. I like how they always attack you when their health is already 0, right? Because you're hitting them first, and then they still retaliate. So who's the zombie now? A plant with 0 health whacking me in the face. Okay, so now it's just a question of either get to rank 10 or lose, die. Yeah, based on that art that I have, how many heroes does it show you actually have? I see 1, 2... Well, a lot of them are actually just cards, though. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or actually, some of them I wouldn't even know whether they're heroes or cards or not, because I don't know them by heart like that. This you don't really even want at the beginning, but we've been sort of cursed by high curve hands today. Draw 2 cards, there's no reason, I guess, not to do it. Unless you have some sort of Dino Roar synergy for later or something like that. Oh, look at this gold rank 24 as well. I'm something of a gold player myself, but because of how much I split these decks and how sporadic it is, it won't be guaranteed. If I just played as like the same one that I thought was best, whether it be Green Shadow, that might be a lot easier. But this is a nice way to give them some sense of variety here. +2/+2 of zombie is frozen. You get that right back, so it's basically like a free 2/1. There's no downside to this card at all. Okay, that doesn't bother me too much. That also doesn't bother me, although it will trade in now. Okay, their hand's a little bit jacked out, and Rose has this sort of style of play that could definitely be very slow pace for you. +2/+2 on heights, which I'm not a big fan of. It's not playing above its value, right? Like I have this base 4/4 anyway, so bullseye doesn't mean that much to me. Bullseye almost makes more sense when you sort of have it on lower attack stuff, because when it's higher attack stuff, it almost doesn't matter, right? You're only going to be hitting them so many times before they die with that anyway. This could be really good. When zombie or gravestone is frozen, destroy it. Transform it into a goat, but if it's not amphibious, it'll just drown. Like, what will actually happen to that? Oh, it does actually let you bypass that rule, and it actually does let it just sort of float on water. We got a Jesus goat over here. Okay, dude. He's down to 7. We're getting close. I should almost do this conjuration effect. This guy's a little bit annoying to get rid of, to be sure. Tommy does a bonus attack. You should arguably just do that, but he still won't be dead, though. That's the problem. Even if it wasn't for that. Bonus attack won't actually do anything here. Always gets them so close, but then something's gonna mess up. The bonus attack won't necessarily do anything. Gravestone deadly, +1/+1 when you play a trick. Maybe I should just play like all tricks here. Or we'll play the one that always conjures stuff. Draw 2 cards, do this. Might actually be worth it to commit to that. Freeze a zombie. This one's kind of nondescript. If there are no zombies here, make a sunflower. What, like at the end of every turn, I guess it would do that? Bonus attack, draw 2 cards. He's making the epic comeback for the ages here. No point doing that yet. You just put this in amphibious, do the bonus attack, and you almost win. That's the problem, almost being the key word. And then you could do a bonus attack. So the whole point with that is it always goes left to right. So if you attack, then you move it. But most things don't work like that. There's that one floating cowboy in the whatever that kind of works that way. Can't even do that. Let's actually just ignore it. That was a pretty stupid decision, actually. Keep forgetting that gravestone aspect. Heal for 4. You can just kind of keep you at arm's length, just out of reach of being able to always kill them. With these stupid block meter hero cards that are sort of just carrying them. So, move a zombie gets +1. Can't really do both of those together, but don't really have to do anything at all there, I guess. He's gonna hit me for 6. The splash damage doesn't really matter. He's already dead, and he's trying to freeze him just for BM purposes. Deadly, I don't really care. Now, shouldn't I theoretically be able to kill you with this, but I can't figure out exactly how to do it. Because the block meter will still save you. So you could move it, do a bonus attack, then you could do a bonus attack again, then you'll just hit him again too. And that wouldn't even cost that much, so. Between that and the fish lady, you should have it. Let's see what's new when a zombie is frozen, which you will get from the trample effect or whatever. Zombie does a bonus attack. Move it does a bonus attack. Doesn't matter because it's not going to be enough. Do that for the sake of it. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. They're running a little bit low on cards, and that's obviously very good value. 7 mana 6/6 when it does damage, heal your hero that much, which is very important to do here, actually. Down to 2. I don't know whether the block meter will save me or not. This is going to be essential. When environment is played, doesn't matter. When revealed, plants get -2. Well, a plant gets -2. We do that just to block. Get the mana back. You can do that just as like a basic lifesteal mechanic. Environment is played, does a bonus attack. Plant, when revealed, the plant gets -2. Could be good to just try to stop the bleeding a little bit. Kill that. Use a plant to get -2. I'm kind of letting that watermelon sit around a bit too long, though. Or if I had just done a bonus attack, that would have been good, but the healing is going to be very good. Back, we can't hear anything because you're in a car. Okay. Or I always say something back to that, but then you won't actually hear me. -2, -2. We came very close there. I'm actually quite disappointed by this. Weird that you would put that in front. You're more like me. Everybody always just says put everything in front. Put the... Okay, we can try to trade in with that. No zombies making sunflower. At this point, we should just be able to play everything. Which there wouldn't have been lethal there, I don't think, no matter what. Or why doesn't he go over the water? Or is he able to? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Anybody who's flying should be able to be amphibious. Bradley 2006, also known as King Bradley from the original FMA anime before they made Brotherhood. Ha ha ha. That wasn't 2006 though, it was like 2003 when manga is so popular that they have to make it in the middle of the original run still. Move it, it gets +1. If we were to move it, it does a bonus attack. Whoops, I didn't mean to do it like that. Probably should have done it on the watermelon thing. Obviously, I'm stupid. That was a misclick. Move a zombie gets +1 again. I guess we could do that. We're both totally in top deck mode, burnt out of cards. I should almost have done just deadly there. That conjuration thing did actually pretty well. No matter how much you freeze all my shit, it's not going to matter. As long as you're not doing damage to the face as a result. Zombies have deadly, draw a card. They're not getting anything especially great either, I don't think. I might even feel compelled to do that just to draw. Getting very tight. 4-4. So slow pace, like they're completely top deck mode. Story plan that has 5 or more, but that's not really the style of how he's playing, unfortunately. It's not going to help me much. You could do this to still clear out what's in front. Really no reason to hesitate with anything here because it's just a case where you're able to... Holy shit. Always choose the wrong thing. That must prove he's a bot, but I guess it's because that one, well, that one is kind of better value, I guess. I'm down to 3. I just have to keep blocking every lane, which might not be that hard to do because he has so little. Draw a card for each zombie is a pretty clutch thing to get. And of course, the kind of game where you have over 10 mana, which is a very weird thing. A game that relatively curves to the middle and to the low range. There aren't that many high cost cards in the first place, so what is even the point? Zombie does a bonus attack. But he's gonna kill me in the middle, so I guess I just fail. Fuck, we got very close to rank 10. In fact, only 1 game away from it. But yeah, I almost should try to do that if I want to. Well, that's at least good. So we get 9 ranks in an episode instead of 5 like normal, but only because we start at rank 5. I'll try to raid somebody in the category, but only if they are doing PvZ heroes, which I don't think anybody is, or it'll be somebody bigger, which that feels kind of weird. I'd rather do somebody smaller. It's just so random, though. It's either got to be the same category or it's got to be somebody you know. Otherwise, it doesn't seem worth it. And I don't know how many people are even watching to make that worth it. You have to go offline first and do it, or I don't even remember how this works. Let me test it. Yeah, that is so sick how we got a second Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. That seems insane. I assume you just do like a raid command. Let me just swing it. But it doesn't almost seem worth it. Who else is doing it? Fry them up. Garden Warfare. It doesn't even show up when I look it up. 9 viewers. PvZ Heroes Deck Building Guide. It seems totally pointless. I would only do it if I had more viewers. Okay, see you tomorrow.